What's going on, everybody? Pastor Wes here, and I'm here with another Sermon Rewind. This past Sunday, we were in the book of Esther, and it was a crucial conversation that took place between Esther and King Xerxes. What was going on at this time was that the Israelite people were being threatened by an official in the Persian government. His name was Haman. He wanted to destroy the Israelites. Now, when this plot was hatched, Esther's uncle, Mordecai, came and told her about it and asked for her help. And so Esther had to spring into action to have a conversation with King Xerxes. Now, we noticed two things about the conversation that she had. Number one, she understood protocol. And why this matters is that it matters how you approach the king when you have a bold request. She knew that she had to appeal to the king. She said, "If it would please you, king, to fulfill my humble request." There was a certain level of humility that she had that she approached the king with, which allowed her to receive audience with the king. It's very similar to us. If we're going to come to the throne of grace, if we're going to speak to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, if we want to come to God with our own bold request, we've got to understand the protocol. There has to be a humility with which we come to God with our request. But not only that, in the conversation, I noticed that Esther was not just focused on herself. She was focused on the good of all of her people, and she was willing to speak truth to power. Esther was living in a patriarchal society. For a woman to approach a man, much less the king, with this kind of a request, had to take a measure of bravery. And likewise, I think for all of us in these crucial conversations, it might require us to speak truth to power. Even today, we may have situations that are going to be uncomfortable, but we must be willing to speak truth to power. Now, if you want to be like Esther, you want to know the type of protocol you should approach, and you should also understand how to be bold enough to speak truth to power. If you want to hear the rest of that message, a bold request, you can go to Priesthood of Believers podcast on Spotify, and you can listen to the entirety of that sermon. You guys take care and remain blessed.